Man, I feel like most of these NBA players have the weirdest fan bases. They become so, you know, offended when you make fun of them or even mention them in the way that they don't like. I made a video about Josh Giddey getting his ankles crossed over, and some dude absolutely just flipped out on me. But oh my goodness, these fan bases have gotten crazy. They're becoming too cultish now. We already know the biggest cult in NBA fandom and how they act and how ridiculous they can be. They're the most unreasonable one. The most unreasonable one. It's like they're not even human. They're like just gremlins living in a hole somewhere. And the minute you mention that balding king, they come out the woodwork and just say whatever and do whatever. It's crazy. But sadly, I had to bring up that stupid ass fan base again on another episode of Hate. See, the previous two episodes talk about the hate that this fan base has for Kobe Bryant. And the other one was the weirdo hate that Nikola Jokic fan base has for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And the third one now is the hate towards one Russell Westbrook. See, I blame the media on this sort of hate because mainly ESPN and only ESPN, well, maybe not ESPN, a little bit FS1 too, but mainly ESPN, they have made campaigns with their goons on First Take and whatever other show they got out there talking about basketball. They made sure to trash the legacy of Kobe Bryant to make him seem like he's the worst thing possible when it comes to superstardom. They act like Kobe was a bum and don't deserve to be in any conversations. I do put Kobe in the top 10. I know some people don't, but I put him in the top 10 because I think he's the second best guard that ever played the game. Shooting guard played the game. And I usually do my top 10 by position. So he deserves that second spot. And I actually watched the entirety of his career. And Kobe had that absolute, especially in his prime. And we know he was coming to town. You know it was not going to be easy. But since these idiots in the LeBron fan base, half of them probably wasn't even, well, they might have been alive, but they didn't really watch it like that. They don't understand, so they just say anything stupid. Bless their heart. But when it comes to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as well, media did something with that. Call him a free throw merchant. Even though he don't lead the league in free throw attempts last year. And I still don't think he will this year. Which is crazy. They just don't like him, mainly, for one. He looks up to Jordan and Kobe, and he think, not in his words, not in the exact words, but he has said things about LeBron which the media does not like. So now he gets the shared hatred from the media. And thirdly, now we got Westbrook. I just find it funny about this hate about Westbrook. It was very well documented 2 or 3 years ago now, right? When Westbrook was on the Lakers. I think it started when KD decided to take his freaking bum ass up to Golden State and join their team. And that's pretty much where that all started with Westbrook, because we all know he got the triple doubles and everything when he was doing the solo, well, in a way, doing the solo thing with OKC before Paul George and Carmelo arrived in there. They called him Stat Patty. They call him a bad teammate. And even when he got to the Lakers, a bad teammate, energy vampire. He got that big head, horse head ass Shannon Sharp, and you got Rumpelstiltskin over there. Dracula face ass, you know what? And Skip Bayless out there making soundtracks and comedy tracks and all kinds of stuff on Westbrook every day he played. Everybody's always worried about how many turnovers Westbrook's gonna throw, even though he ain't even one of the highest when it comes to turnovers all time. Their freaking Precious King leads in all time in turnovers, but they don't want to talk about that, do they? No, they don't. They keep that quiet. You know who's slowly turning into a tournament machine? Actually, he's been a tournament machine, but nobody said anything about it. Freaking KD. KD can get 6, 7, 8 turnovers. Nobody say a damn thing. When Westbrook gets 2 turnovers, it's freaking absolute chaos. Sort of like how some people treat Jordan Love. Minute he get an interception, that's it, he sucks. That's what they do with Westbrook. The fact of what I saw 2 or 3 years ago when Westbrook was on the Lakers, the absolute insults, bullying to the point when it got to his kids, his wife, the way Shannon Sharp acted towards that. Same thing with LeBron, was supposed to be this black activist. Oh, I'm a black activist. I'm a black activist. I do the march on Washington. I'm the next black activist next to Martin Luther King. Yes, sir. Fake ass. All that media, just absolutely getting berated by the media 24/7, and that freaking balding ass didn't say one word, not a peep out of LeBron. Stop talking about my teammate. Nope, didn't say that at all. And it has come out that these two didn't get along off the court when they got into an argument, and it's been hell ever since. No wonder why Westbrook, when he was, everybody remember the game between the Lakers and Clippers, and Westbrook sat on the other side of the court? Yeah. No wonder why Westbrook don't want to sign no Lakers jersey. This time when there was just absolutely abysmal. Treat him like dirt. All because he turned over the ball a couple of times? Oh. He can't make shots like Steph Curry. Oh. Is that why? Energy vampire. Even though that freaking balding ass, slew-footed ass, shady ass, fake ass goat over there, it's the real energy vampire. He can't get the job done. It's someone else's fault. Somebody else got to be the scapegoat. That's toxic. KD was right about one thing. Everything surrounding that balding ass bum is toxic. This summer, over the past 2 years now, this fool Westbrook cannot find a job up until the Kings decided to sign him. But we got a freaking 21-year-old out here who's a Nepo baby, who's a Make-A-Wish kid, out here just throwing bricks and averaging 1.5 points a game. But he gets a guaranteed contract. But Westbrook, MVP, I don't know how many time All-Star now. Top 75 player. Will be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done with. He's got to struggle to get a spot on the roster. Yes, he has some untimely turnovers at times. Yes, he missed some shots. But you know what Westbrook is, though? He ain't never cheated a game. He ain't never did the stupid ass load management like that freaking that shyster, the other shyster in LA has done so far. He ain't sitting up on podcasts like the other shyster that went to Philly is doing. From what I heard, he's been an absolute stud of a teammate on whatever team he's been on. Either it's OKC, Houston, Washington, even the Lakers, Clippers, Denver, Kings. I never had to question Westbrook's heart. I never did. Because he brought it every game. The intensity. He brought it every game. He knew he was going to bring it every game. So far this year, he's averaging 16 points a game. Last few games, he got 23, 24, 26 points. Except for last night's game against the Minnesota, he got 6. I don't think he played long enough. He still got something left in the tank. For age, is he 37 now? I think. Absolutely crazy. But they did the same thing with Allen Iverson. Forced his ass out of the league. He did the same thing with Westbrook's former. Yeah, and Westbrook's former teammate Carmelo forced his ass out of the league. I'm trying to think. Yeah, they played with him, played with each other twice. On OKC and the Lakers. This is what they do when they don't like you. Yeah, I don't like the skirt wearing that he did a couple years ago, the kilt, whatever he was wearing. I don't think he's done it in so long. Yes, he dresses a little weird at times, but West has always been. Anyway, it's caught me by surprise. When he first came into the league, he was a little bit different. I've been watching Westbrook since he was at UCLA. So I've been watching him for a very long time. And ever since UCLA, he's been the same type of player. Intense, brings it every game, ain't gonna cheat you, ain't gonna sit out because his toenail hurts. He ain't done none of that. He's almost like an Iron Man, you think about it. He never really had a big injury except for that knee injury back when he was in OKC in his early years. Oh, is he not nice to the media sometimes? Big deal. A lot of these players not nice to the media. Was that why he should get all the hate that he received a couple years ago? I ain't hear one thing bad about Russell Westbrook off the court. From what it looks from here, family man. Take care of his family. Ain't never heard about no freaking extramarital affairs with different women outside his wife, unlike some other people we know. I ain't never heard any of that. So what's up with all the hate? Absolutely ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely. But I know some people are going to try to, I've seen it already on YouTube, already trying to pin the Kings 3-7 record on Westbrook somehow, someway they're going to do it. Even though I don't even think the Kings were even set up to be a playoff team. Maybe a fringe playoff team, but they were never going to be a lock to get to the playoffs before Westbrook got there. So don't blame it on him. You need to blame it on that other light skinned. You need to blame it on Zach LaVine. He got Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. Like, that really worked in Chicago. Somebody got to go. One or two can't be on the same team with each other. It's never going to work. And I never thought Zach LaVine was all that. I remember telling my cousin, he was Zach LaVine, he'll be good. I said, no, he ain't. It was about like 8 years ago. I think it might have been still when he was on Minnesota before he even went to Chicago. I said he wasn't going to be good. Yes, he can jump. He's athletic. That don't mean nothing. Can that get me jumping out of the gym? Can that get you wins? Nope. Can't. So the Sacramento don't even get to a play-in. They finish as a non-playoff team. I don't want to hear anything about Westbrook being the problem. Kings were a freaking inept team before Westbrook got there, and they still gonna be one after he leaves. As long as whoever's running this show over there is still there. But anyways, yeah, the media's campaign on Westbrook, hating on Westbrook, is sickening. But we all know who leads it. So he ain't do a single thing, but he calls himself a black activist. Yeah, right. And then one more thing before I leave. So, speaking of black activists, so it's funny though how the LeBron fans get mad when we mention LeBron. See, they always say this dumb stuff like, well, LeBron's a black billionaire. Hey, he has a black wife. He has black kids. Why you always hating on the black man? Why you hating on his son? He black. But what you just say, dumbasses, who hit it on Westbrook, who is a black man, maybe not a billionaire, but a black millionaire with a black wife with black kids. The irony behind that logic. Why you hating on the black man? You straight hating on the black man. Okay, but ain't y'all doing the same thing with Westbrook? Now, Kobe's a different story. He is a black man, but the second part he don't got. But big deal, so what? He married a Mexican woman. So what? I don't think that makes him any less blacker. He's still black at the end of the day. And y'all hate on him? I don't want to hear that talk about LeBron's loyal husband. According to Drake. According to that freaking Canadian dirty snow up there. And that ain't true either. He loved the pure Canadian female snow. Allegedly. Oh, man. I wish I could tell some stories about LeBum that I learned from people from Cleveland that I know, but I can't put that out there. But I know one thing. He ain't loyal to that. He ain't loyal to Savannah. Allegedly. But anyways, this concludes another episode of Hate.